Honorable members, shall we pray? Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the President of the Republic, endow members of Parliament and ministers of state with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of government, this land and people may be well and truly served, and thy good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision of our country, fair as it might be, a country of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a country of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a country of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service and honor shall be given to the deserving, a country of peace, where government shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the effort of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Ghana and Africa. Amen. Amen. Honorable members, let's skip item 2. We don't have any message from the President. Neither do you have any communication from the Speaker. So let's turn to item 5. Item 5. Collection of votes and proceedings and official reports. We start with votes and proceedings, page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page number 7. Yes, Honorable Member for Bantuma. Well, we turn to page 8. Yes, Honorable Member for Swami.
Mr. Speaker, I certainly wasn't around yesterday, but I filed for a leave of absence, so I should think that my absence should be properly captured as being having been absent with permission.
That's right. I signed it, so I'm fully aware of that. So please, table, take note of that. Page 9. Page number 10. Page 11. Page 12. Page 13. 14, page 15, page 16, page 17, and finally page 18. Honorable members, in the absence of any further corrections, the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, the 19th of June, 2024 is hereby adopted as the true records of proceedings. Honorable members, I have 3 sets of official reports. We'll begin with 11th March 2024 edition of the official report. 11th March 2024 edition of the official report. I take it again, 11th March 2024 edition of the official report. Honorable members, in the absence of any corrections, the official report of 11th March 2024 is hereby adopted as the true records of proceedings. Now we have the 12th March 2024 edition of the official report. 12th March 2024 edition of the official report. Lastly, I take 12th March 2024 edition of official report. Honorable members, in the absence of any corrections, the official report of 12th March 2024 is hereby adopted as the true records of proceedings. Lastly, we take the 13th March 2024 edition of the official report. 13th March edition of the official report. 13th March 2024 edition of the official report. Honorable members, in the absence of any corrections, the official report of 13th March 2024 is hereby adopted as the true records of proceedings. Honorable members, indulge me to acknowledge the public gallery, our children who have come to see what goes on here in the chamber. We have Desvi International School, Desvi International School. They are being led by Christopher Zuta, who is a head teacher, and the school is located at Pon Katamanso constituency. You are welcome. You may resume your seat. Then we have Aspire Educational Compress. They are being led by Godfred Asari Numafo, who is the director, and the school is located at the Kuyapem North constituency. You are also welcome. You may resume your seat. I hope you monitor what goes on here with the view that tomorrow you will also take over from us when we are no more in the chamber. So look at us carefully and go and study hard so that tomorrow you can also take over from us. Well. Honorable members, we will now turn to item 6. Item 6, urgent questions. Yes, Leader.
Speaker, if you may indulge me. At conclave, we had a short discussion. The minority was represented by the Honorable Ahiafo, and we had some agreement. I'm surprised that none of members of the minority is sitting on their seats now. It's quite a big surprise to me. Speaker, we'll proceed, however. There are all the questions advertised. The questioners are the minority, and they've elected to be absent. Clearly, they are demonstrating their true colors to the Ghanaian people. So, Speaker, I want to make an application to you that we publish the answers to these questions in line with our orders.
Well, the application is granted. I think yesterday we did a similar arrangement. Those who were not here, we didn't allow anybody to ask the question on their behalf. We published the answers as already in the other paper. So I think it's in order.
So let me thank you for granting my application. As we can let Hansard capture it, that more often than not, we've heard our colleagues complain about ministers. And yesterday, for instance, they insisted that before we take a particular bill, the Attorney General should be in the House. To cover the records, the two ministers, the Minister for Roads and Highways and the Minister for Communication, have been here all day. And it's interesting that our colleagues have elected not to show up. So let the records reflect that the ministers respected the call and they came to do duty as duty bound, but our colleagues failed to show up. So having said that, at the commencement of, may I seek your leave for us to vary order of business and at the commencement of public business, move on to...
Yes, Honorable Leader, before we move to public business, normally we don't publish urgent question answers. So I will urge somebody to read the question and the minister will read the answers, at least the two urgent questions. We will ask the minister to read the answers, then we move on. But the normal questions, the answers will be.
Speaker, under this circumstance, the questionnaire has not asked a question. Yes, the questioners, they've not asked any question. So it's difficult for the ministers to respond. So may I suggest that the answer should be transmitted to the questioners.
Well, personally, I don't want the question to be repeated tomorrow. So probably I'll urge the minister to relate to the owners of the question and probably transmit the questions to the owners. Yes, Leader.
Speaker, for urgent questions, the responses are not provided for in the order paper. And so I believe that ultimately, though, the members, after the minister has responded, will see the responses in the Hansard, in the official report. So for the time being, I would want to propose that you suggest to the minister to avail the responses to the members and subsequently avail him to the Hansard office so that the responses will be captured in the Hansard.
Well. So I think we will go by that. Well. So on that note, leader, we can move on to.
Speaker, at the commencement of public business, may we move to page 24 of today's order paper and take item 39.
Yes, honorable members, let me invite you to page 24, item listed 39 today's order paper. Page 24, item listed 39. National Roads Authority Bill 2023 at the consideration stage. Yes, Vice Chairman of the committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Clause 3 and 6, we stepped it down for Minister to give clarity to some of the amendment proposed. So we'll move on straight to 32. Yesterday we ended up in 29. So today we start with 32. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Amendment proposed, paragraph 8. Delete designated for road infrastructure development. I so move.
Yes, Honorable Deputy Whip. Yesterday, I think we ended at 29.
29.
And we are to begin.
30,
We have to begin with clause 30.
Yes, please.
Because we decided that we wanted to just end up from that. So we should begin from clause 30.
From 30.
So let me mention it out. Clause 30.
Establishment of the Road Infrastructure Development Fund.
Honorable members, there's no advertised proposed amendment. The question is, all those in favor that clause 30 stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 30 is directed to stand part of the bill. Now, clause 31.
Object of the fund.
No advertised amendment.
Honorable members, there's no advertised proposed amendment. The question is, all those in favor that clause 31 stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 31 stands part of the bill. Now, Clause 32.
Sources of money for the fund.
Yes, there is a proposed amendment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, amendment proposed, paragraph 8, the late designated for road infrastructure development. I so move. Thank you.
Honourable members, there is a proposed amendment to Clause 32. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. Then put Clause 32. All those in favor that Clause 32 as amended stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. Clause 32 as amended stands part of the bill. We move to Clause 33.
No advertised amendment.
Honourable members, there is no advertised proposed amendment to Clause 33. The question is, all those in favor that Clause 33 stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. Clause 33 is directed to stand part of the bill. Clause 34.
Management of the fund.
No advertised amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, there is no advertised proposed amendment to Clause 34. The question is, all those in favor that Clause 34 stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. Clause 34 stands part. Honourable, is there any issue?
Mr. Speaker, I was just looking at what you've done, 32. 32A says the sources of money for the fund include: 1, monies approved by Parliament. That is the A. Now you have B, loans and financial assistance from development partners, international organizations. Could such monies be given to the fund without parliamentary approval? Loans are approved by Parliament. So I thought that could be subsumed under A. Grants don't necessarily have to be approved by Parliament. That is why you have grants as a standalone. But for loans, they necessarily will have to come to Parliament. It will be monies approved by Parliament. That's my.
So you want it to be under part of A.
Yes.
Well. Minister, can we get any clarification? Maybe. That's all. Yes, Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, I was pleading with the leader if we could stand that down and consult a bit. I know money is approved by Parliament. We have budgetary allocations in mind. But if it is a loan, we would have to approve it has to be approved by Parliament. Now, because they mention assistance from development partners and international organizations, I am not sure. I think they have a different intention or once they put it like development partners coming in, it is not the budgetary allocations that we are looking at. So if we can stand it down and consult a bit before we could make a ruling on that, I will be grateful.
So, leader, can I direct the draft people to check with the other legislations that we've gone through so that they make appropriate?
Mr. Speaker, that is what I asked the clerk at table to check for us.
Very well. So, draft people, please take note. Reconcile with the other legislations that we've passed, and let's see how. So, we move to 34. And there's no advertised proposed amendment. So, I'll put the question. All those in favor that clause 34 stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 34 is directed to stand part of the bill. We turn to clause 35.
Investment of monies of the fund.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, amendment proposed, line 1, delete in and insert off. I so move.
Honorable members, there is a proposed amendment to clause 35. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. And the question is, all those in favor that clause 35 as amended stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 35 as amended stands part of the bill. Clause 36.
Classification of assets of the authority.
No advertised amendment.
Honorable members, there is no advertised proposed amendment. So the question is, all those in favor that clause 36 stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 36 is directed to stand part of the bill. Clause 37.
Road assets register.
No advertised amendment.
Honorable members, there's no proposed amendment. And the question is, all those in favor that clause 37 stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 37 stands part of the bill. Clause 38.
Special assets.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, amendment proposed, subclause 1, line 1, delete board and insert minister. I so move.
Honorable members, proposed amendment clause 38. The question is, all those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. The question now is, all those in favor that clause 38 as amended stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 38 as amended stands part of the bill. Let's turn to clause 39.
Power to commercialize assets.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, amendment proposed, subclause 1, line 1, delete board and insert minister. Thank you.
Very well. Honorable members, there's a proposed amendment to clause 39. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Should I put the question? Should I put the question? All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The proposed the proposed amendment is carried. And the question is, all those in favor that clause 39 as amended stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 39 as amended stands part of the bill. Yes, leader.
Mr. Speaker, just a minor observation in respect of the 38 that we have amended. 38. It provides that the authority may, with the approval of the board, now change to the approval of the minister, acquire special assets. Acquire special assets. Unless maybe you define what constitutes special assets. Mr. Speaker, because you go to clause 1.2, it says for the performance of the function of the authority on its own may acquire and hold property, dispose of property, so on and so forth. Now you are coming back to say that they can only do so on the authority of the minister. I think it's a bit conflicting.
Yes. Okay.
So just for the minister to look at that going forward. Otherwise, otherwise.
Leader, is it something that we can Leader, is it something that we can refer to the drafters to?
Mr. Speaker, this is really defined by policy. So I'm just asking the minister to consult the minister. Technical people. We can go through it, and maybe if we come to second consideration, we could do it.
Well.
Otherwise, as I said, we may then have to define what we mean by special assets. Because you have said in one that the authority on its own can do that. They can acquire the assets. Then you go to 38 and you are saying that they can only do the acquisition of the assets with the authority of the minister. That's the difficulty.
Well. So, Chairman, let me implore you to take note of. Chairman, let me implore you to take note of all this, so that after the consideration we can come back as a second consideration and address all those minor issues. Yes.
Right, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Chairman Sabonso draws our attention to the 38 and 39. And I was privileged to have been present during the committee hearing. And I think it's buttressing a point that some thoughts came up. And it's buttressed it with, for instance, the 1-2. So I think under 38 and 39, I'll urge the chairman to drop the amendments so that it will remain with the approval of the board. Both in 38.1 and 39.1, because it has to do with acquisition of property, and also the 39 is also talking about commercializing certain assets to generate, and I think this is something that the board should do. So I urge the chairman to drop both amendments.
So if those amendments are withdrawn, we will stick to the original text. Very well. So, Chairman. Then Chairman, withdraw on record so that we know that it has been withdrawn. Honorable Member for Asante Action Central, may you assist him?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, let's flag the two amendments and do more consultation. So the 38 and 39, let's flag it and do more consultation.
Very well. So table, take note, the amendment to clause 38 and 39 has been withdrawn. So the original text remains. So let's move to clause 4. Okay. So, honorable members, kindly allow me then to put the question back. All those in favor that clause 38 stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against, say no. Honorable members, clause 38 now stands part of the bill. Leader, what we are doing now, they've withdrawn it. They've withdrawn the amendment. So we are sticking to the original text.
Mr. Speaker, I will pray that what we have done earlier be allowed to stand. Because the minister may have a special reason for doing that. And I'm just saying that if we allow that, then what has to be done, just so that the 38 will not conflict with 1, 2, we then will have to define what we mean by the special assets.
Who are thinking we should let it go, then afterwards we come and do second consideration.
Because, Mr. Speaker, we are not at the interpretation section yet. So if the minister is content to have that amendment, that is deleting board and inserting minister, I have no qualms against that. I'm just saying that in that regard, we now will have to define what we mean by the special assets, so that it will not conflict with 1, 2 in the constitution, in the bill.
Then, Minister, let's know the position now.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want the amendment to stand, replacing the board with minister.
Yes.
It is so because if we're a practicing minister, you know that you should have minister should have some leverage, and also is a minister that determines the policy, and also respond to Parliament and to Cabinet, and therefore must have some leverage in all these important institutions. That is why you have to replace, because otherwise the minister has no control. You know what I'm saying? So I will want us to go by the amendment for the minister to replace the board. So I'm saying, yeah, we can define the special assets as stated here. We are talking about toll plazas, rest areas, service stations, and other related facilities on the road corridor.
Sorry.
Yes, Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Member for Swami draws our attention to clause 1, 2. And it says, for the performance of the functions of the authority may acquire and hold property, dispose of property, and enter into a contract or any other related transaction. The authority can do this. Now, whether we define it as special assets or not, it is property. So, I think that the right thing is to drop these amendments. It's not what the minister wants. The minister had brought this to Parliament, and we must do the right thing. And the law must be consistent. All the clauses must be consistent. So, with the greatest respect, I don't agree with what the minister had just said, that we should allow this and then later define property. However we define it, it is property. There are no conditions attached to 1(2) that the authority may acquire property, they may sell property, dispose of property. So let us drop the amendment. The board can decide that. The minister would have his powers under other circumstances, but in the acquisition of the property, if anything, the minister can direct.
Very well. Is that there?
Mr. Speaker, what my colleague from Asante Action somewhere south central and the minister, my honorable colleague from Swabia, Professor, are very, very germane. Mr. Speaker, clause 1(2) as he read is so encompassing that if the minister, and I do support the minister, we have to limit clause 2 that they should do that, dispose, acquire assets and dispose under the authority of the minister. Mr. President, if we are not careful, it has happened here, just in the last parliament before the 6th parliament. This is the 8th parliament. The 6th parliament, it happened. We allowed an innocuous clause to pass. And the debts that were put on road fund, we have not been able to even dispose of it, because we get something under the road fund authority. So the minister, in clause 1(2) that the honorable member for Asante Action Central read, we should limit that, but they can only do that under the permission of the minister. And it will solve both problems, and then we can delete all the rest. Yes, it's a standard, but the laws we have to, yes, it's a standard clause. But even when you read some laws, they said in reference to the Lands Act, because the Lands Act caters for all these assets disposal and things. So other laws also talk about the Lands Act. But we are being specific here, and we have to give the minister the authority so that a board that is constituted will not go and sit somewhere and they can dispose of, they can do that without reference to the minister. No, we should go there and limit them to the minister in this particular national road authority. If they are doing something, they should have the minister oversight so that the 29(1) and 3, Mr. Speaker, we can delete it and there will be peace, because it caters for us, the Asante Action Central said. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So what is the decision of the House?
Mr. Speaker, I think we should flag the two proposals down and consult more with the minister so that we
Come again.
let's flag the two proposed amendment down and we'll consult.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, no, Mr. Speaker, this thing, unless there is a superior argument why it shouldn't be the minister, this thing has been deliberated upon at the committee level, at seminars, workshop, and all that. And this is the amendment we arrive at. So unless there is a superior argument, which is of course superior than this, I suggest that we should go with the amendment so that we can move on. Time is of the essence. Flagging everything and coming back will not be in the interest of the rest.
So we should go with the amendments.
Yes.
Very well. So, Honorable, then move the amendments again, because you...
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, clause 38. Amendment proposed, subclause 1, line 1, delete board and insert minister. I so move.
Very well. Honorable members, there is a proposed amendment. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. Now, all those in favor that clause 38 as amended stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 38 as amended stands part of the bill. Let's turn to 39 now.
Mr. Speaker, clause 13, amendment proposed, subclause 1, line 1, delete board and insert minister. I so move.
Honorable members, there is proposed amendment on the floor. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. And the question is, all those in favor that cross 39 as amended stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 39 as amended stands part of the bill. Clause 40.
Management of right of way.
Honorable members, there's no proposed amendment to clause 40. All those in favor that clause 40 stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 40 is directed to stand part of the bill. Yes, leader.
Mr. Speaker, respectfully, I would plead that you go back to 39(1) and tidy up appropriately. 39(1) says the authority may, subject to the approval of the board, commercialize certain assets. I've not seen this language in any law before. What are the certain assets? Let's look at a better construction. So I'm just floating it.
Leader, can we direct the drafters to?
Well.
Yes. Well. So let me direct the drafters to link up with the chairman to fashion out 39(2) well. So I so direct 39(1). Yes. I so direct. So we turn to 41.
Role of district assemblies.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, amendment proposed delete the entire 41 clause. Mr. Speaker, the rationale behind the delete is that to be redrafted and inserted under clause 53 by the Office of the Attorney General.
Honourable members, there is a proposed amendment to clause 41. There is a proposed amendment to clause 41. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment to clause 41 is carried. And the question is, all those in favor that clause 41 as amended stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Oh, very well. So the entire 41 is being deleted. Very well. So the entire 41, the amendment is to delete entire 41. So let's turn to 42.
Powers of entry and performance of other works.
Honourable members, there's a proposed amendment. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, clause 42, amendment proposed, paragraph B, line 2, delete trunk. So move.
Honourable members, there's a proposed amendment to clause 42, line 2. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. Yes, the same clause 42.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, amendment proposed, paragraph E, line 3, delete trunk. I so move.
Honourable members, the proposed amendment has been put before us. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. Clause 42 again, paragraph F.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Amendment proposed, paragraph F, open phrase, line 1 and 2, delete whether temporary or permanently and insert temporary. So moved.
Yes. Honorable members, the chairman has moved the motion. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. Leader, is there any issue?
Mr. Speaker, this one is for the drafters.
What the drafters? Okay.
The preambular in 42. An authorized person may, in the performance of a function under this act, you don't need the and after the act. So you only bring a comma after act. After giving reasonable notice, enter. We don't need the and there. But as I said, we can leave it to draft sources.
So please, drafters, please let's address ourselves to that. Chairman, clause 42, paragraph G. Another proposed amendment.
Clause 42, amendment proposed, paragraph G. Delete. I so move.
Honorable members, there is a proposed amendment to paragraph G. All those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. Let me now put the entirety of 42. All those in favor that clause 42 as variously amended stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The proposed amendment, the ayes have it. Clause 42 as variously amended stands part of the bill. Clause 43.
Compensation.
Honorable members, there is no proposed amendment to clause 43. All those in favor that clause 43 stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 43 is directed to stand part of that bill. Clause 44.
Stay of arrest in certain cases.
Honorable members, there's no proposed amendment to clause 44. All those in favor that clause 44 stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 44 is directed to stand part of the bill. Yes.
To start business. But my substantive issue is that sorry, we have said that 50 people in the house. And we are taking major decisions. I implore you to take the decision to determine whether we have enough members in the house to continue business. So we can
Speaker, I saw my colleague panting while he was walking in. I saw him panting. Probably he was not informed. The decision from your side is that we are boycotting. And clearly, there is a certain confusion on your side, which I think you should find a way to deal with. The greatest of respect to my colleague. They should find a way to deal with this confusion. Because earlier on, Honorable Ahiafo was here. As Speaker, he participated, Speaker, you can testify to it. He participated in what do you call it? The meeting we had as leadership. And then he walked in, Honorable Haruna Idusu was here, there were other colleagues. Then they signaled among themselves. Then they all walked out. You suddenly came in panting. And Speaker, I think you should rule him out. He should join forces with his colleagues to continuously to stay away from the chamber. And the Ghanaian people will know their true colors. To come in suddenly panting to come and raise things, you do not even come properly under the orders you were coming under.
Mr. Speaker, it is very rich. Today, you are speaking on top of your voice. I can guarantee you, you will sweat more than me tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, on record, Mr. Speaker, you require leadership to help you manage the house. And every morning, before you come to the chamber, Mr. Speaker, before you come to the chamber, you do call for conclave. On record, Mr. Speaker, you did not signal to our side that you were ready to come to the chamber. There was no call for leadership to meet you to decide what we want to do. So let that be on record that today we decided not to request leadership to meet you. All we saw was you walking into the chamber. If that is the new rule, that is also good for us. But Mr. Speaker, for the main issue today, Mr. Speaker, we do not have enough members to take decision. But substantively, Mr. Speaker, my colleague just used some words which I think I would never use those words against him. So please, with all due respect, withdraw those words. And let me tell you, colleagues who came in just came in to pick certain things. There was no, Mr. Speaker, we are honest enough to say that we are honest enough to say that we do not understand why, if our leader who is in court is not giving evidence or is not being cross-examined, why his lawyers cannot represent him at court while he continues to work. But the judge decided that whether he's actively Mr. Speaker. No, it's okay.
Honorable Kamil Boja, raise any issue here, but I don't want to hear anything about the court matters. I mean,
let that be my understanding. I'm saying that this is a decision that when our leader is in court and he is out of court, normally they finish around 1 o'clock. We will not come in. So we did not hide our about this. And you know about it. So we are okay if you decide that whether we are in or not to start, that is your right. But we also see that when we come, you should have the appropriate quorum so we can do business. That is all we are saying. So I thought it was for you to tell me whether we have enough members in the house to take a decision.
well, honorable members, honorable minority whip, the Congress meeting this morning, Honorable Ahiafo was there. I presume that none of you were around. That is why I took him as a leader, an available leader. So if that is not satisfactory, it's fine. But I took him as an available leader at the conclave.
How were you able to determine whether we are around or not? Because I've been around, Mr. Speaker. I was here before you came to work, before you drove in this morning.
Be it as is me. Honorable leader, we don't need to. We've raised an issue. Honorable members.
Mr. Speaker, my name has been mentioned copiously and is captured by the Hansa. So kindly give me the opportunity.
Let's hear you.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I understand the whip is saying that I am at conclave.
I am
Let me
even
tell
saying
you
that. Yes.
what happened. Mr. Speaker, you know I am instrumental in making the National Roads Authority bill. He saw me and I said, Honorable Ahiafo, come, we want to complete this. That was what brought me to your office. And Mr. Speaker, what happened in your office? If that is what you refer to as conclave, then I am afraid.
Well.
How do you refer to that as conclave?
Honorable Ahiafo, it's okay. Well. No. You don't need to spread our heads.
No, Mr. Speaker, I hate very vindictive politicking.
Honorable members. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand on Order 64 to raise quorum. Standing order. Yes, 64. Quorum. This is a new standing order. Order 64. Order 64.1. A quorum of parliament, apart from the persons residing, is 1/3 of all the members of parliament. Mr. Speaker, we don't have 1/3. 1/3 is 91.66, which is 92. The number in the chamber is less than 50. So I raise the quorum.
Yes.
Shall we proceed, Speaker, with all respect?
He's raising an issue.
Yes, Speaker.
So I table.
You have to.
Please allow the bell to be rung. So let's move on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, 42, amendment proposed, paragraph G, delete.
Yes.
I so move.
I put it. Chairman, I think that question we've already we've put a question. So let's move to 40. Let me put the entire clause of 41. Is it 42 or 41? 42. Yes. All those in favor that the amendment to 42 taking part, that is to delete 42, all those, is it?
Are we not allowed to contribute as well?
So all those in favor that for clause 42, they say aye. All those against say no.
Mr. Speaker, is there any reason why you don't want our side to contribute to the bill?
No, I've asked.
Mr. Speaker, I got up to contribute to this bill. Mr. Speaker, the beginning and the end of this bill, I was part of them, the people who crafted this. Mr. Speaker, whilst we were going through this yesterday, on 4 occasions, I have to draw the attention of the House to some of the fundamental mistakes in the bill, and you rightly corrected them. When we get up to try to help craft the bill, and all the others, our colleagues on the other side are trying to do is like, oh, Mr. Speaker, run through it. Mr. Speaker, you are not making law for NPP. You are making law for the country. So allow us to do a thorough job. I can guarantee you majority of the people on this side probably, maybe with the exception of the former majority leader, probably don't have the understanding of the bill as it ought to be. When we had the former minister of roads around, he contributed. Mr. Speaker, don't be tempted to think that you are helping them rush through the bill because you might pass a law which will become very ridiculous. Allow us to take time. We are not opposed to this bill. So allow us. Don't be tempted by their chorus to rush the bill through and we craft a law which is not implementable.
Honorable Buja, well noted. Well noted. So we move to clause.
For the record, when the minority got up,
Honorable
when
Chief
they
Whip.
walked in, they were recognized. No, we must correct that.
Honorable Chief
When
Whip.
they walked, you were recognized. Kwame, when you walked in, you were recognized. When you walked in and you got up to speak, you were recognized. Let that go on the records. What is that?
Let's move to clause 43. Clause 43.
Compensation.
Clause 43, Chairman.
As amendment.
Honorable members, there is no proposed amendment to clause 43. All those in favor? Yes. Kwame. Honorable Yusuf. Yes. Honorable Minority Whip.
Mr. Speaker, clause 43. Yeah, you said there's no proposed amendment to this. Mr. Speaker, when this issue about compensation and others came up, the ministry at the time was unable to determine exactly how this works. Fortunately, we have the new minister here. 43, the entire 43 is about compensation. The new minister for roads, the new minister for roads. Can you tell us how this particular clause is supposed to work in terms of compensation? Because, Mr. Speaker, simply because compensation has halted a lot of projects in this country. Compensation has halted a lot of projects in this country. So while this is now a clause in this, if the minister can explain to us how this is going to be done differently, that we don't drive ourselves into any trouble.
Yes, let me come to my
Mr. Speaker, my honorable member for Adaku, who has contributed so much to this bill, knowing very well the stages for which bills are laid in Parliament and we go through, it is really below the belt that when we are reached consideration stage of the bill, he's asking the minister to espouse the underlying policy and the considerations for which a specific clause has been made. Secretary, so Speaker, he knows that what he's doing is because he's a bit agitated this morning. I'll plead with him that his question on this matter is really out of place. And especially when you yourself have sat in committee meetings and deliberated in extensive on what should happen. Then you know that maybe somebody is the new minister and was not there when that discussion was happening. So you come onto the belly of the plenary and ask him what has happened. Please, I can understand and I do sympathize with you on action. But as for this question there, Mr. Speaker, we are not asking question time here for you to do this. We and you know what we can do, so please allow us to proceed. The Speaker has already rang the bell, and we are waiting for the next 15 minutes. We have stopped counting because we are up. Now we can start counting the 15 minutes. So we are pleading with you. We are pleading with you.
Yes. Honorable Abuja. I think the reason behind, normally these things are espoused in the second reading. And I believe the minister might have given the reason behind most of these policies. So at the consideration stage, I think we don't go back to this. And I believe you know it.
Mr. Speaker, the front part of the bill is a memorandum. We are supposed to craft the clauses always referring to what the memorandum says. So if anybody says that we are past the stage of making reference to the memorandum, we are not actually a second reading. We are not talking about the principle. All those principles have been reduced to the memorandum which we are working with. So it's not out of place to, in fact, including yesterday, we had to draw the attention of the ministry to the fact that some of the sub-heads are problematic. I raised the issue about the definition of road here, which they call a road. And I said, if you are talking about public roads, call it public road, because the road in front of my drive in my house is not a public road. So I cannot call upon the Minister of Roads to come and repair the road leading to into my drive. So it is not exactly the case. And I'm not agitated at all, Mr. Speaker. Why should I be agitated? If I will be agitated, I'll be agitated for the possibility of us crafting a bill in a rush, and which will become unimplementable. So I'm not agitated at all. So, Mr. Speaker, it should be easy for the minister who is shepherding this to just tell us that that particular clause that is boldly written, that we shall pay compensation should anything go wrong under the authority. The minister should be able to deal with this, forgetting that this entity we are creating is just an apex body. All other entities, highways, feeder roads, and urban roads are the agencies that are implementing road projects. National Road Authority is not an implementing agency for any road. So at what point in time would the decision of road authority become such that they will be paying compensation? Because they don't carry out any road projects. It's just a coordinating body of the agencies. National Road Authority does not award projects for road contracts or anything. It is the agencies under the road authority that will be doing that. So the minister should be able to give us an explanation as to why. Is it the case that, Mr. Speaker, if feeder road goes to illegally demolish anybody's structure, then National Road, the road authority will be held accountable? So let him explain that, if the situation will be different. So that's what we are talking about, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Leader.
Speaker, unfortunately, I've not been part of the discussion thus far, but I just availed myself the opportunity to look at the content of the bill. The Speaker, I understand that my colleague, the Chief Whip for the minority, has participated in the discussion.
Yes.
In respect of this. Now, if you go back to Section 1, Section 1 provides that 1(2) says, for the performance of the functions of the authority may acquire and hold property, dispose of property, enter into a contract, or any other related transaction. And then 3 says, where there is a hindrance to the acquisition of land, the land may be acquired for the authority under the Land Act, and the cost shall be borne by the authority. Now, what are the functions of the authority? It's provided for under Section 3. Now, 38, the 43 that we're talking about, the payment of compensation is in respect of the performance of the functions of the authority. If you're saying that the functions are misplaced, that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation. And if you're not questioning the functions, then 43 is only equal to that. 43 is only equal to the performance of the functions of the authority. But I appreciate the issue that you are raising. But then you have spoken about the memorandum. The memorandum defines the functions. And the functions really is what you are talking about in 43. So I think you should balance it and situate it in that context. Speaker, thank you.
Yes. So, Minister, I want to speak. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I raised a quorum at 3:44.
You are tied.
And I believe that my time is not different from that of the Speaker. And it's now 3:57. It's far more than 10 minutes. Mr. Speaker, the standing order 64. Order 64.3. No, order 64.3. No, 4 says that
the person presiding shall direct the clerk at table to cause a bell to be rung. Continue the business of the House for a period of 10 minutes. Mr. Speaker, C. Direct the clerk at table to conduct a head count of members present. And if there is still no quorum, suspend sitting of the House for a period of not more than 1 hour. Mr. Speaker, can you direct the clerk at table to conduct a head count to determine whether we have a quorum or not? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Aveji, I don't know the time you are using. My time is not up yet. I'm monitoring my time. So when my time is up, I will obviously ask the clerk at table to conduct it. So you hold on. I'm going by my time, and I'm going by the time over there. So honorable, let's proceed.
Yeah, but the 10 minutes is up.
Mr. Speaker, I have been in this House for almost 20 years now.
Yes, I know.
And I am surprised at the response you are giving to me.
I know.
Please, Mr. Speaker.
My time is not up to 10 minutes.
That the bell was rung, when the bell was rung, we all heard it. If you are telling this House or me that you are using your time,
Honorable Veji, I'm left with 2 minutes. I can do with 1 clause before the 2 minutes.
There is no law working. This standing order regulates the conduct of the House. If our own standing order says this, why? No, I'm not fighting Mr. Speaker, but I'm telling the Mr. Speaker that no,
Honorable Veji,
you can't do that.
I'm saying that you have raised a fundamental issue, a constitutional issue, and obviously nobody can ignore it. I'm saying the time I called the bell to be rung, I'm left with 2 minutes. I don't know how you calculated it. So please allow me to use my time.
Mr. Speaker, clause 44, there is no advertised amendment.
Honorable leader, we will come to you. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes cannot spoil the whole thing. I'm saying I'm using my time. What about somebody also gets up and says that the time is not?
Mr. Speaker, the framers of the 1992 Constitution never contemplated that a speaker will have a special time different from the time.
I'm using this time. The time there. I'm using this time.
Mr. Speaker, we were in the chamber and we were all watching the time when I made. Don't forget, Mr. Speaker, I use Article 102.
Honorable clerk at table. Clerk at table.
Mr. Speaker.
Clerk at table.
Mr. Speaker, we are not asking you now.
Clerk at table.
Mr. Speaker, we are not asking you now
Please,
to go.
Let count the members.
No, Mr. Speaker, that is wrong, Mr. Speaker. When we made the application, that is when the time starts. The bell was rung. You said it's left with 2 minutes. You are now saying they should go and count. Isn't it the case that
that is the procedure?
No, I'm saying the point we are making is that the 10 minutes has passed.
But so how will I know that the number here is not up to 10?
Mr. Speaker,
we have to count.
You let them do the counting.
So table.
Mr. Speaker, clause 44, no advertised amendment. I assume.
Honourable members, the counted number is 50, and we are less than 1/3, so I'll suspend the House for 1 hour. The House is accordingly suspended. Honourable members, let me welcome you back to the chamber. We went on suspension upon the quorum raised by Honourable Aveji. Per our standing orders 64-5, upon resumption, I will have to ask the table to count the numbers once again. And if we don't have the numbers, then straight away I'll go ahead to adjourn the House. So, table. Honourable members, we now have 31 members of parliament present, and obviously we don't form even 1/3 to undertake business. I will accordingly move to adjourn the House to tomorrow 10 o'clock in the phone. The House stands adjourned.